Orioles lineup, averaging a shade over 5 runs per game. That's 6th in Major League Baseball. AJ talked about it in the open. Hunter Gaddis is back up at the big league level. The first pitch to Gunnar Henderson is bounced to the right side, and Josh Naylor.
And not walk guys to give them multiple home runs.
Adley Rutschman, switch hitting fence. And the fortunes of the Baltimore Orioles seemingly turned around when Adley Rutt that 2-strike offering. And a broken bat bouncer to short for Arias. And he throws out Adley's staff, in particular the rotation.
Well, if you remember, at one point they had 5 rookies starting for.
Santander takes inside, and through all that, Cleveland still has a top 8 starters. ER, Bieber, and McKenzie en route to rehab assignments coming up over the course of the next week. Fastball location on the excellent Stephen Kwan, who slices one but foul. And it's quickly 0-2 on the Aston home runs by a fairly wide margin. A lot of lefties in this lineup. He's down 0-2. High fastball misses.
And that's something to watch for from Rodriguez. He's got one of the best change.
1-2, gets a bouncing ball back up towards the middle. Adam Frazier is over to make the play, and he retired. Ramirez, one of the absolute best players in all of baseball. Sometimes you forget. Stalwart at third base for this Cleveland organization. Very poor active players to hit those 200 marks. All for 2. Ramirez grounds one foul. All signs point to this being it.
And listen, they're celebrating him here pregame and everything about 11 years with Tito, and let's not let the season's over.
Ramirez stays alive, fouling one back. Just payoff pitch again to Ramirez, and Rodriguez loses him as he floats a change. He's been red hot ever since coming back. Takes a strike from Rodriguez. 0-2 is cut on and missed. Snap throw back behind Ramirez. It's a strikeout of Naylor, and there's coming up for Baltimore, and if they win the American League East, they will clinch the #1 seed in Brandon Hyde's life in Baltimore. This one's popped up off the fist, and you can hear Gabriel.
Championship.
Gaddis misses away 2-1. This is a Baltimore team that ALCS. But it's only been 3-1. Swung on and missed 3-2. In 1997, these two teams met in the American League Championships round since the 1940s. There is Mullins going down swinging, and Gaddis 5 up and 5 down.
For the success, right? Those 3 guys have been through the lean year. Has just had to be unbelievable.
Left field off the bat of Hayes. Kwan, and he's got it for out number 3. 6 up in this spot. Somebody gets them for AJ Pierzynski as well, and I, Adam Amin, will also partake. Glad you're with us. 20 Rodriguez deliveries. That one is not a foul ball. That is smoked into right for the first hit on either side.
18.
Swinging right through is Ramon Laureano on the fastball. 0-1. That curveball. Former Oakland Athletic Ramon Laureano is down in the count. 0-2. Playing his 30th. Breaking ball in the dirt. Rutschman stops it. They've already broken down his career. You mentioned it. This is a Baltimore bullpen that is absolutely taxed.
Well, they need him to go deep. Brandon Hyde said, I don't know who's available, who's not, because he got done playing Houston. So they had 2 back-to-back really tough series. Just enough to annoy you.
A foul. Up and in. So another long AB here. Jimenez goes, and it's foul tipped. Big hole on that right side with Jimenez goes. That one hit through that vacant right side, and Jimenez is going to go first to third. We got 2 of baseball in this series.
It's that power. The Guardians have no power throughout their lineup.
Yep. They have hit 117 home runs. Inside and low. Rutschman slid over. Dancing at first was Laureano. 1-1. Waved on and missed. A little tail to that going away from the lefty hitting Brennan.
Now, do you have a little letdown, which, of course, it's the major leagues that doesn't happen, right? Well, it does. So
2-strike offering. He ramped it up to 98 for the strikeout of Brennan. Tails a little downward.
Ball just runs away. It's the same pitch we showed earlier that Brennan threw.
Ball to Brennan, and here's Bo Naylor. And there's strike one on 98. Laureano dancing. Naylor swinging and fouling, and it's 0-2. He fouls another one away. This was that. Reaches out, pokes it to second. Frazier's got it. Henderson's relay is in time. On Cleveland. Aaron Hicks, former Yankee, will take a strike. This is just his. He's played a great defense as well on what is, again, as we mentioned, a very good defensive team. He's fit.
Again, playing not only obviously for Baltimore, but playing for a winning team.
Sure.
Baltimore, and he's right back in the pennant race. And you can see it in his energy and talking to him. He's very.
Stays alive, tapping one foul. Heft. He gave that to him. He was rock solid this year, but he's dealing with injury. You mentioned it with the Tampa Bay. So a youth movement in this rotation going into the postseason this year.
Yeah, you said it. Youth. Hit the ball with complete team.
Tonight.
Yeah, looks good. I mean, worked out a little jam right there. Big zero early in the game.
Between you, Gibson, Grayson, Irvin, whoever is out there, I mean, you're obviously the leader right now of the state.
We're playing for a championship. It's not just individual stats. So everybody wants everybody to go out there and have success.
3-2. And he got a piece of it. Kyle, 27 years old. This has got to be as fun as any season.
Adley's my catcher, so you guys can say that, but you know they're all great.
No, you better say
13th pitch coming, and a check swing, appeal to first, and he walks. What an at bat.
Camden Yards.
Yep, the kind of incorporating stuff.
What do you think that atmosphere is going to be like? Kyle Bradish, kind enough to join us from the Baltimore dugout right now. A little bit more.
And compete, get out of jams. I mean, it was a hurt to have Bautista go down, but we had 20+ times a year, so playing in the best competition just sets you up. And then once they
to Gunnar Henderson, that followed the 13-pitch walk to Jordan Westberg after the first two.
Sprinklers or.
Yeah, I think Gibby would definitely be a little disappointed that I didn't take the opportunity to do it on national.
Rutschman off of the pitcher. Gaddis, yikes, he's able to recover it. Slings late to
both my curveball and slider to both sides, so I think that was a little adjustment we made after. So whatever they feel like I want to be out there throwing for a strike, that's up to me. But
ball and a strike down the right field line and foul. Usually, again, I keep pulling back the curtain a little further with us. Arias fouls it away, and it's 1-1. Just pitch count up. Strike is in there, and it's breaking ball is lifted in the air deep to center field. Mullins ranging back at the track, at the wall, at the collegiate level. Part of the College World Series. Both have spoken incredibly of Rodriguez. Quan punches it on the ground to first. It's grabbed by O'Hearn. The flip to Rodriguez. Ramirez and the work that he's done back in Bani and his home in the Dominican. These are two very worthy nominees of the Roberto Clemente Award. Naylor checks his swing. No swing, says Chris Siegel at third. Comes for this lineup. Got engaged earlier this summer as well, earlier this year as well. Takes off in Ramirez, and that is stolen base number 201, and that might have been one of the easiest. Another 3-2, and the Ontario native fouls it back. You can tell he puts a lot into it too. He doesn't get cheated. 3-2, and inside. Rodriguez is struggling with his command right now. Calhoun, who fouled that first pitch off, flew out his first time up. That is the 20. Breaking ball is inside, and it's 1-1 on Calhoun. His fly ball sent Haight. The breaking ball, and again, it's just a little bit off right now from Rodriguez.
Now see,
7-foot high wall. Back out to left field. This one shallow. Henderson out. Hayes in. Hayes has it.